Okay, so have we got volume? Um, I'll just wait and see if we've got volume, and then we will start the live, the space of oneness. So if you can let me know. Hi, Gayleen. Nice to see you. Couple of technical glitches today. So please let me know if you can hear me. There is a 30-second delay. So I'm going to check my phone. Okay. So if anyone can let me know that you can hear me, that would be great. Otherwise, if we can't go live on this platform, then I will switch to Facebook. So if someone can let me know that you can hear me, we are all systems go, then we will get started. Spirit's been kind of, I've been feeling spirit around for the last hour. In preparation. Yay, you can hear me. Excellent. Thank you, Libby. All right, I'll start again, hey. Technical glitches, hiccups, rerouting, challenges. It is okay. All right, thanks, Karen. But everything's okay now, I take it. Fingers crossed. Excellent. Okay, thanks, guys. So welcome to Oneness. Welcome to this space of connection, channeling, and conversation. I will be here for the next hour. My name is Danielle, the Divine Channeler. I will be engaging with you. Hopefully you can help contribute, and we can share this space together in order to learn from each other. I'll be sharing a little bit of my experiences because they're the best ones to share, aren't they? What we know within ourselves. I'm also kind of guided. It'll be organic. I do encourage your involvement because it helps the space flow more and we can definitely learn a lot from each other. And then I'll be doing a trance channel for the last half of this segment where I'll be connecting with high dimensional beings of light. And I was just discussing before the last live that the sound wasn't working, that I had connected. I've been leveling up. So what I was discussing is the fact that we might have big shifts in our world, like big shifts physically, emotionally, mentally, even environmentally, internally and externally. But there's this, and I know I've been guilty of this, that there's this level of expectation that everything's going to be switched on, that we're going to see things and hear things and it's just going to be really fine tuned. It's actually not the case. I find with all these shifts and changes is that the universe will always offer you more opportunities to experience and react or act in those same set of situations as to what you've been growing from. And I find that those level up that I'm speaking about tend to be quite subtle. But what happens is all those subtle leveling up all add up. Okay. So with each layer that you're shedding, you are emerging into a new version of yourself. And this is where it can get a little bit tricky because the new version of yourself may not be accepted by those around you that are familiar with the old version of you. And there is nothing wrong with growing. And there is nothing wrong with somebody staying where they're at. But it does mean that you have a choice point as to which direction you would like to go. Okay, everyone can hear me. Hi, Shares. Hi, Julie. Karen's refreshed. She can now see and hear me. Technology, don't you love it? It's great when it works. I've just set up my iPad for when I travel overseas, thinking I don't have to take my laptop. I can actually do everything from the iPad, which is fantastic because I do plan on going live a couple of times while I'm in New Zealand. So I am really looking forward to that and kind of what that is going to look like, because I know it's quite a spiritual journey, or sometimes even a quest for me when I'm called to places. And there's places that I desire to go, but there is one place recently that I come back from the dream state hearing the name. So I have reconfigured my route, my plan. It's always a loose plan, but I've like this is the time now to go to that space, even though I hadn't planned on it. So I will. It's interesting. I That's all the information I know at this stage. So it's also about trusting. Sometimes we get a tiny little snippet of information, and then what does your brain do with that information when spirit gives you something, or you have an intuition about something? Does your brain then override that intuition and create stories and scenarios and what ifs? Do you go to the doom and gloom when you're given a heads up? Or do you sit in a space of neutrality and just wait for more information? um, because for me, I wait for more information. I know that this set of information has been to put it on my radar, and then I needed to sit with it a little while, and then I'm like, actually I really do need to go, and then more information will just unfold. Let me know how you guys go with that, with your intuition, whether your brain kicks in overdrive, or whether you feel quite settled. More often than not, with intuition, is that hindsight offers 2020 vision, doesn't it? So that's the beauty of it. You can have all of these gut instincts and you can ignore them, which is perfectly fine. I think many of us have ignored those gut instincts only to kind of go, oh, yeah, I should have listened. I should have listened. And when we repeat that pattern, then that pattern shows us that we can trust our own intuition. So, more often than not, then we will actually listen to our intuition, regardless of what it's kind of telling us, because sometimes it might push us in a direction that we're not feeling comfortable in. Okay, Karen says she's not patient and I get anxious. Yeah, so maybe just coming into your center, and releasing all that noise with whatever way you find beneficial to you. It could be nature, it could be a bath, it could be an energy spray, it could be sound. There's so many things at our fingertips, isn't there, that we can readily utilize in order to um, bring yourself back into a state of balance. Uh, Patience is another thing, though, isn't it? Um, I'm just tuning into that. Yeah, I remember wanting everything then and there, and I think it falls back into that space of trust, which, you'll hear me say that time and time again. But I mean, essentially that is part of the journey, isn't it? To learn to Hi Janelle, nice to see you too. To learn to trust yourself. And then by trusting yourself, then you have that discernment in order to trust other situations. And to trust also that everything that is happening from a higher directive, good, bad, indifferent. Really, the energy that you place on something is quite a human experience. Great, Karen. I put on YouTube music with different frequencies. I always use the hertz frequencies in my when I run classes, just to have in the background very quietly. So yeah, it's really beneficial to help shift your energy, isn't it? Wonderful. Now, I need to remember what I was talking about. What I was going to talk about was how involved we can get. I was having a chat with a friend today on the phone, and we are, it's regarding me, it is my reality, and everything that is in it is a part of my reality. Okay. Now, we may be bumping up and connecting with each other and engaging with each other, but your reality is your reality. So, if you can see kind of like a bubble, okay, we're all in our own little sphere of reality, and everyone's reality can be different. Our perception on how things work. And I know my perception of how things worked kind of 20, 25, 30 years ago was definitely one that was probably not patient, that was angry, that was in a space of lack and fear, definitely fear. So fear can help perpetuate situations. From my experience, it's important to stay. Now, some of you might poo-poo this, and it might feel a little alien to you, but to remain positive regarding anything that is happening, because it is happening for a reason. So as you're interplaying with other people's realities and it's blending into yours, or it is just coming in for your sake, it's really about, okay, what what is what is the opportunity here? And when we can remain positive in a situation, and I'm not saying you can't be in your emotions, because emotions is a very human space. It's a very natural space. I quite freely will get angry or upset or whatever, depending on what is happening around me. Um, so honor the emotions, honor your processes. But if you remain positive over situations, let's say there's a change in job or a job's finishing, and remain positive that this is a good thing. This is leading me to somewhere better. The last job didn't actually suit my needs, or whatever it is, to know that it is going to be replaced with another opportunity, and hopefully something that is better than what you have had in the past. But if we run the narrative of fear and all that stress and worry, and perpetuating these scenarios in our head, then we create them, and that becomes our reality. So, this is why it's really important to remain positive in situations. It's not spiritual bypassing. I'm not talking about not doing the work and it's all light and rainbows and unicorns, because it's bloody not. It's that simple. I work in deeply in the wounding with people and with myself, and work shamanically as well. So I know firsthand that it is really about rolling up your sleeves and getting your hands dirty, so to speak. So I'm not saying that it's all light and love, but I am saying to be positive that everything is happening for a reason while processing all your own stuff. So I hope that makes sense to you. Gayleen. Hi, Gayleen. Definitely patient, but have been working on this. Still have trouble concentrating due to my tinnitus. Really gets me frustrated. I have seen some natural ways to clear that. There was some movement. Maybe do a little bit of research on that. I'm sure, knowing you, you've probably looked into it, but I just feel that it's not necessarily something that you will need to deal with for the rest of your life. Hi, Shez. Oh, what am I doing? We've been saying, why is this happening for me? Yep. Why is this happening for me, not to me? That is the difference, isn't it? Sometimes it takes a while to realize the why and be positive, waiting for the lesson. Well, the very minute, all the minutes is the lesson, isn't it? From go to woe. It's not any, you have to wait 3 weeks for anything to come about. So it's every step, it's every moment, it's what you do in every moment that is part of the lesson. Okay. Okay, Galen's tried a lot of natural things. Yeah, look, if I come across it, I will swing you a message, lovely, and let you know. So my friend and I, we were talking about kind of exhausting energy regarding being involved in other people's um, stuff. So, and that act of being connected, but because sometimes when we come into this spiritual space and we value our self-worth and we learn boundaries, then as we become more comfortable in that space and our voice opens up and we start establishing boundaries and saying no, then some people will kind of turn it against us and find that we're maybe cold-hearted. But it's just that, the old version of ourself doesn't exist anymore and the new version is not resonating with their current reality and their perception of us and what they have to gain from that situation. So it's not that we're cold hearted, it's that we are honoring ourselves. And that is the most important part of the journey, is to honor yourself in every which way, in your mental health, in your emotional health, in your physical health, and in your spiritual health, if I call it that. Okay, that's all vitally important for that, for all your strengths and all of your gifts. And because it's by loving the self that everything, and doing the work, like I said, rolling up your sleeves and digging deep in the proverbial onion that just keeps on giving, doesn't it? So that is my little tidbit for the day. Thank you for your comments. I really appreciate them. And the other thing we're not good at is change. A lot of us don't like change. We just go to worst case scenario and it challenges us. So even affirmations can be a really good space that, change is good for me. I embrace change as a positive outcome, whatever it may be. If you've got some change happening in your life at the moment, and that, um, definitely finding your center. My girlfriend uh, has done a lot of tapping with me. So just tapping the thymus will help bring the body back into a state of balance in order for you to feel probably not as anxious or worried about things, and just trusting that the outcome is already designed and that you just need to, or it's beneficial for you to just step into that space. Okay, so leveling up. Whatever I have experienced in the past is lots of leveling up that was very subtle, that I didn't notice any change. There has been lots of change, though. It's just that it's been really subtle. And recently, the level ups have been more noticeable regarding my channeling, which is really nice, because it means I've put the work in and that my frequency is shifting and that I am expanding in the way that I desire to expand. So it's nice to have that reflective space being presented, and also a lot of opportunities as well to be moving into a space of sharing with with a wider audience, which is really exciting. But I love this space and I love my classes, and I'm very thankful for those spaces because they have gifted me the opportunity to grow in the way that I have. So many blessings and thank you for that. So I just want to quickly touch on what I have coming up. 13th and 14th of April is fast approaching. And while it is a couple of weeks away, I am leaving next Tuesday to go to Sydney. So I will be streaming from Sydney. I have set up the iPad, but I'm not sure if the chat is going to be enabled. So I don't know how that's going to look. If the chat isn't enabled, via the app on the iPad, then I will just do a trance channel. No one needs to miss out. We'll just adapt and move with the flow of things. So, thanks, Galen. Thanks. So yeah, next Tuesday I leave. I'll be landing in New Zealand on the 3rd, and um, and then I'll be tripping around a bit. And then the 13th and 14th of April, I'll be at the New Zealand Body, Mind, Spirit and Holistic Health Expo. I will be doing 2 platforms, or 2 workshops while I'm there on the Saturday and the Sunday. So I'm really excited because it's like this space. It just comes out of me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know who's going to be there. And it's just an exciting space to be. When I get back, I'll be in Cowra. So I will be home from the 21st. So it'll be the 22nd of April. And then I'll be open for classes. Lives will be back. Services will be back on. So if you are thinking about having a service, then you will need to wait now until the end of April. So private readings in Cara. Then on the 5th of May, the Goulburn Living Wellness and Psychic Expo. So the stage is packed. I can't fit another person in, so I'm really excited about that. And we've got healings, sound healings. We've got platforms. We've got 2 mediumship platforms. We've also got nearly all our readers are mediums as well. So if you wanted a mediumship reading, there will be plenty to choose from, along with all the other beautiful goodness that we offer on the day. So that is me for the next couple of months. So what we might do, thanks, Shez, is we might move into the channel. I think if unless anyone has any questions or anything that they would like to share, then if not, we will get started in the next bit. I just want to say that I feel like many of us are going through a transformative stage at this moment, or a transformative space. I know I am personally going through quite a big transformation at the moment, but I also brought through today about recalibrations that are happening. So we might have recalibrations in our neural pathways, or our nervous system, or our heart, or anything. So I feel like a lot of this is translating into the physical aspects at the moment. So if we are feeling a bit off, a bit drained, a bit tired, a bit weird, even though weird isn't in my vocabulary, or a bit, out of the ordinary, by all means, see your doctor. I'm not a medical professional, but I do feel like there is a lot of recalibrations that are going on at the moment. And what I'm just receiving now is that I feel that from June onwards, that things will look a little clearer for a lot of us, but also a little smoother. It feels like the last couple of years, well, of course, with everything, have been chaotic, really chaotic. But many of us are moving away from that chaos and being really defined in our own reality, but also defined in our consciousness. So it means that all those chaotic noises, we're not attaching to them like we used to before. Okay, if you catch my drift. Oh, wonderful, Karen. I put my villa on the market to sell yesterday so I can buy a smaller space and improve my financial situation. So it's very transformational. I am very tired from getting ready. Yeah, it's a big job. But like, not only is it physically taxing, but you would be going through a plethora of emotions and, mental states regarding shifting from your home. So it's a good opportunity to dive deep into those and clear anything and heal anything before you move into your new adventure, which is really exciting. Like, it sounds like a really positive step for you. So make sure you clear all those threads, before you go, so that you can really launch. I'm seeing this propulsion moving forward, which is really exciting. All right, guys, we're nearly at the halfway mark, so let's get into a channel. Like I said before, I have no idea who's coming. I trust and I free fall every single time that spirit is here. I know spirit's here. I can feel them. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. So take a breath. Take a breath. It's a very different space to go from chatting and thinking and talking and hoping I make sense to trance channeling. So as I move into the explanation, I will start to shift my frequency. So this is a multidimensional transformational space. I will be blending with high dimensional beings of light, and they will be bringing forth through me their spoken words of guidance and love and their healing energies. As many of you know that have been in this space before, that there is no limit between what is being expressed here in this space in Bathurst and wherever you lovely people are. It is beyond time and space. It is beyond geographical locations. Now, the idea is to treat it like a meditation, that you are in a quiet space, that you're not disturbed, that you're comfortable, that your body is uncrossed. And all you have to do is just breathe and listen and be open to receive. That is it. The rest of it is really working on all levels regarding your soul and your physical, emotional, and mental. And it will kind of play out however it needs to. You might feel energy coursing through your body. You might feel expansion. You might feel your heart expanding, your third eye, things like that. You could also notice areas that maybe have blockages. So it might feel like maybe there's a blockage down one of your legs or something, and you're feeling that stuck energy that's there. The idea is, if any of that does come up for you, to just breathe through it. So instead of trying to hone in on it, just allow it to expand and allow the light through, because that really is the path of least resistance. Sometimes we can have an accumulation of things in our body. Well, actually, pretty much all the time, we can have accumulation of things in our bodies because it is the storehouse for all of our emotional stuff, our ancestral stuff. So it is quite a miraculous space that it does so. So just know that it can, create an awareness into different areas of your body. So it is beneficial that you just open and, sometimes we don't have all the understanding. It's just the acceptance that, okay, this is being highlighted right now. And this is important because it's being highlighted. I don't have all the intel on it, which is fine. And I'm just going to work with it instead of pushing against it. Yeah. In my understanding, that's the best way through rather than against. Yep. Um Remember, they're just talking about remembering your connection because you are spirit. You're in a meat suit. We're exploring this life. We're having ups and downs. We're processing. We're eliminating. We're, becoming. But essentially, you're spirit. So, whatever I bring through today and any other thing that you connect with, you will resonate with certain frequencies or not. This is your discernment. So, this is my message to you with anything that I do, that you always use your discernment, okay, and see if it's the right fit for you. Yeah, that's about it, I think. So, we might get started. I can feel my chest has expanded significantly. I'm feeling more quiet now. And they are preparing, and I can feel energy behind me, which is when spirit comes in, it always comes in from behind, but I may see an image in front at the same time. Alrighty, let's get cracking, hey? Get comfy. Community unity. Definitely, James. That's right. And we all know each other for a reason. We've all come into each other's lives for a reason. And there's also a reason why many of us light workers and light bearers and grid keepers and all of the people that are aware are scattered across the planet, because we form a network of light if we're all in the one place. I don't know if that would necessarily work. So we are there to help kind of anchor everything in, which is why we are dispersed. But technology gives us the opportunity to connect whenever we want with each other, which is a bonus, an absolute bonus. All right, guys, let's get to it. Excuse me, because I have, I don't burp, but I have air come up just before channeling. Okay. You can just close your eyes. I'm going to close mine. And just give me a second, a couple of seconds, 20, 30 seconds. Good evening. We are pleased to be with you. It has been some time since we have been through this one. She may not remember who we are, but it will come to her. We are asking in this moment, in your time, where is your peace? Where is your peace? Do you feel peace? Is there peace in your environment, in your home, in your work? Where is your peace? Can you locate peace in your body? Does it feel awkward? Does it feel distant or unachievable at this moment in your existence? And the question is, would you like more peace? Would you prefer to be in a state of peace rather than where you are at this moment? Peace is all around you. Peace is in the wind, in the rivers, on the land, in the sun, in the animals. Peace is in you. So, what is limiting you from accessing peace? And we know that many of you will speak about the external factors that are impacting you at this time. But we know that peace exists within you. So as you breathe in with the intention that you invite peace into your being. And as you invite it into your being, it lands in the peace that has already been experienced by the body, by the human. Because at one moment or many moments in your existence, you would have felt peace. And this could be as a child drawing on the concrete, or reading, or even as you were older and playing with animals, or in the bush, or connecting with someone that you love so dearly. So maybe you could foster that image of where you felt peaceful and allow that memory to flood through your body so that your body responds to this memory and says, "That's right, I remember being in this space. I know how it feels, and I can return to this feeling of peace." So, to help you along, we will be transmitting the frequency of peace. And we ask that you perceive it in whatever way you are most able to. Allow it to enter through the energetic field, in through the breath, even in through the skin, and allow it to amplify the peace that you have just brought forward from your memory banks. Nothing is ever outside of you. Everything, the answers, the wisdom, the healing, is all within you. It is really about shedding the layers or limitations or perceived barriers. So, how are you feeling? Have you allowed the peace to envelop you? Can you feel that your systems within are slowing down? That the stress is leaving your physicality? And you may like to visualize that this is so with each outward breath, that you consciously release the stress and the worry and the limitations, the blockages, the barriers, everything that is keeping you from peace. Did you know that you can still maintain peace in a space of chaos? And while it takes practice, it is doable to maintain your center, your energy, and not be affected by those around you, or the uh, current climate of the working conditions, or the staff morale. And sometimes you are, well, all the time, but when we are drawn to spaces that are heavy, it may be that it is because you are the light in those spaces. And maybe you are learning about boundaries and accepting other people as they are, or maybe not even rushing in to fix situations. So, in this space of peace, in this space of stillness, allow the light around you to highlight all the current connections to everything that is extending your energy in a non-peaceful way. And this does not mean that you do not care. This means that you choose peace over the attraction of being intertwined in another's chaos or an environment. Then, when you are ready with the outward breath, release. Allow the light to transmute, to release all these cords and threads and attachments that have been linking you to spaces of stress and trauma and chaos, of gossip, of drama. Feel the release, feel the relief. And these could also be your own worries, your own thoughts, your own stresses, your burdens. Feel the expansion that comes from this when we let go. When we let go, all those situations don't feel as charged anymore. They don't feel as taxing or terrifying or burdensome or challenging anymore, because you're choosing peace over the engagement, the entanglement with that energy. And we understand that many energies can be overpowering and overbearing, especially when there is a collective of people that are in the same energy, the same narrative. You can send them love. We do not deny people light. You can send gratitude for these experiences, because remember that this is your experience. This is focused upon you. So, how are we feeling? Can you feel the peace in every aspect of your body? Is your mind still? Your heart full? It feels safe and quiet, where everything is possible. So remember this moment. Remember this feeling. Remember this conscious awareness. And then remember to bring yourself back to this space whenever you need to, for it is all within you. We have been honored to share this transmission with you, and we are the solar ones. We ask that you use the breath now to bring yourself back, with the intention that as you come back into conscious awareness of your reality here upon this place, upon the earth, that you anchor the peace into the exact spot where you are seated. And as you do this, visualize the peaceful energy expanding into your entire home, helping to shift the residual energy of past lamenting and processing, releasing and healing, in order to gift yourself a quiet, peaceful space to begin again. So, using the breath to become aware of the body as you call yourself back, calling all aspects of self back into the being, becoming aware of the body, becoming aware of your surroundings, and just creating some gentle movement as you come back into full awareness of this moment, full awareness of your physicality, full awareness of the space that you are in, allowing the breath and deep breath too, bringing you all the way back into full awareness now, feeling the full weight of your body coming all the way back. And when you are ready, you may like to have a stretch, taking some deep breaths and opening your eyes. Okay, well, that was nice. Feeling quite peaceful. They're right. I haven't had the solar ones come through for a long time, I believe, maybe even the beginning of the year, last year. Yeah, so that was really nice. I think sometimes we kind of get wrapped up in what's going on, and maybe we forget that we can bring ourselves back into that space. So I really hope that that helped assist you to link that back up into your awareness, that that is actually a very natural state for you to be in a peaceful state. More often than not, we think we must be busy and rushing and stressed and tired and overworked, and because that's what reality kind of looks like out there, but it doesn't have to be yours. Gayleen, thank you. Received with gratitude. You too, lovely. Feeling very relaxed. I had some sensations down my right leg. I get lots of back cramps in that leg. Also, my hands were really hot. Well, you're doing energy healing, so it's all systems go there. Annette, that was lovely. I could have called it a night. That was so beautiful after my workday. I'm really glad, Annette. I will. We tend to kind of, time mark around 30 minutes or so. So that is when we do the channel, so you can always go back and listen to this. It's timeless. You can do it as many times as you like. So if you have had a challenging day, shit's hit the fan, whatever's going on, and you're really struggling to get back into your center, then this would be a really good way to be able to help yourself with that. Hi, Janelle. Thank you so very much needed. Drawing in the peace, sending out love and healing, plus cutting cords. Yeah, which I haven't been doing. It's so easy to become overrun with other people's energies if we don't cut cords, because every single engagement can, form those threads, positive and negative, and it's, even though there is no positive and negative, but yeah, challenging or not challenging, it can be taxing on our energetic field. So it's really important to have some form of kind of maintenance and discipline around cleansing your energy field. Hi, Karen. That was lovely. Kia ora. Thank you. I think this will help me with the noise and chaos in my workplace. I felt warm around my face. Beautiful. Definitely. I hope so. So please repeat as often as needed. Um, oh my God, Gayleen, because I'm like, when I was talking about that, I'm like, even if you were riding a horse, did I say that or not say that? Because I saw it in my mind's eye. Maybe because I was put on my first horse when I was 6 months old, and then I got my first horse when I was 3, and then I rode up until I was about 16. So I have spent a long time on horseback, with my beautiful souls that are horsewise that have joined me, and I know that feeling. Yeah. So I'm really glad that you so easily went back to that, and it's such an easy thing to draw from, isn't it? So thank you, guys. Next week you will be seeing me from my motel room. Like I said before, I don't know if the iPad app will give me the comments. If not, then we will just go straight into a channel. So I do invite you to join me next week. So if you can be on time, because the channel might start early. And then I will connect with you a few times while I'm in New Zealand on the South Island, and that will probably just be maybe organic spaces. It could be any day of the week, any time. But I will see if I can carve out some time on the Tuesdays to do that, on the Tuesdays nights. I've got something that's about to clear. Thanks, Gayleen. Thanks, James. Good work. All right, I've got something coming up pretty big in the throat space that's clearing. Thanks, guys. Be kind to yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.